Hello! We're excited to show you our native speech capabilities.
Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Podcast Hub. I'm Emma, and with me as always is my wonderful co-host, Simmons.
Hey everyone! Today's episode is one we've been wanting to do for a long time. It's personal, it's emotional, and it's something every single listener can relate to. Family.
Family. The people who shape us before we even know who we are. They're our first teachers, our first critics, our first audience.
And sometimes, our first source of chaos.
Definitely chaos, but also love. So today we're talking about our families, where we come from, what we've learned, what we're still figuring out, and how all of that has made us who we are today.
Think of this episode as two friends sitting down to unpack the invisible threads that connect us all.
Exactly. Let's get started.
Emma, let's start at the beginning. What was your family like growing up?
I grew up in a small town on the Oregon coast. Lots of rain, lots of pine trees, and a family that could fill an entire sitcom.
Go on.
It was me, my parents, and my two younger brothers. My dad was a carpenter, the kind who could fix anything, and my mom was an elementary school teacher. Our house always smelled like sawdust and chalk dust.
That's oddly poetic.
It really was. My parents worked hard, long hours, but they always made time for the small things. Friday night board games, pancake Sundays, camping trips that always ended with someone forgetting the tent poles.
Classic.
My brothers and I were chaos embodied. We built tree houses, fought over snacks, and had imaginary kingdoms in the backyard. But honestly, what I remember most was how safe it felt. Like the world could fall apart outside, but inside, we were okay.
That's beautiful.
What about you? What was Little Simmons like?
Little Simmons was a quiet kid. I grew up in a very different setting, a busy apartment building in Chicago. My parents were first-generation immigrants. My dad was an engineer, my mom a nurse.
So both in demanding jobs.
Exactly. They worked tirelessly, often night shifts. But even though they were exhausted, they poured everything into giving my sister and I opportunities they never had.
That's love in its truest form.
It is. My mom taught me compassion by example. She'd come home from a 12-hour shift and still ask me about my day with full attention. My dad taught me discipline. He'd sit with me doing math problems at 10 p.m., no complaints.
Sounds like you got a blend of heart and structure.
That's a good way to put it.
When you think of the word family, what comes to mind first?
For me, it's sacrifice. Not in a sad way, but in the way love often shows up quietly. The rides to soccer practice after a 12-hour shift. The last piece of cake given to someone else.
Yes, love expressed through action, not words.
Exactly. My parents weren't big on emotional language. We didn't say, I love you every day, but we lived it.
That resonates. My family's version of love was similar. Did you eat? Or text me when you get home. That's code for, I care about you.
Yes, those little acts. It's funny how universal that is.
It really is. And I think as I've grown older, I've realized that love looks different in every household. There's no single definition of family. Some people find it in blood, others in friendship or community.
Absolutely. I think family is less about DNA and more about shared meaning.
That's such a powerful phrase. Shared meaning.
Let's talk about lessons. What's one thing your parents taught you that still shapes your life today?
Oh, so many. But I think the biggest one from my mom is kindness is not weakness. She used to say that a lot. She'd stand up for the quiet kids, the underdogs. She believed in gentle strength.
That's very you, by the way.
I know. I think I inherited her patience, though not her ability to stay calm when cooking goes wrong.
What about your dad?
He taught me craftsmanship, not just in the literal sense, but in life. He'd say, if you're going to build something, do it right, even if no one sees it.
That's profound. It's like an ethic for integrity.
Exactly. What about you?
My dad always said, discipline is freedom. As a kid, I hated that phrase. But now I get it. Discipline gives you the structure to create freely.
That's so true.
And from my mom, I learned empathy. I remember once, when I was maybe 10, I was angry about something a teacher said. She listened quietly, then said, maybe she's having a hard day. That was it. But it changed how I see people forever.
Wow, that's parenting wisdom right there.
Yeah, she didn't lecture. She modeled perspective.
So, you mentioned your sister. What's your relationship like with her?
We're complete opposites. She's the extrovert, the social butterfly. I was the quiet nerd. We fought a lot growing up, but now we're close.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah, she brings lightness to my overthinking, and I help her slow down sometimes. It's a balance.
I love that. My brothers and I are similar. We used to fight over everything: the TV remote, snacks, even who got the front seat. But now they're my best friends.
How did that shift happen?
Adulthood. You start realizing those fights were just noise. What matters is that they're the people who've seen every version of you, the awkward, the angry, the heartbroken, and they love you anyway.
That's what makes siblings special. They're your first lifelong witnesses.
Exactly.
What's a family tradition you still hold on to?
Every Christmas morning, my family makes cinnamon rolls from scratch. It's messy, loud, and someone always burns a batch. But it's the smell that defines home for me.
That's lovely.
What about you?
We had a ritual every Sunday. Family dinner, no phones, no TV. My mom called it table therapy. We'd talk about our week, argue, laugh. It was sacred.
I love that phrase, table therapy. It's where connection happens.
Exactly. Even now, when I visit, that's the first thing we do. Sit, eat, talk.
There's something grounding about shared meals. It's almost spiritual. Let's talk about the harder side. Every family has its struggles.
Yeah. For me, it was expectations. As the child of immigrants, there was this unspoken pressure to excel, to justify their sacrifices.
That's heavy.
It was. But as I got older, I realized their expectations came from love, not control. They wanted me to have choices they never had.
That's such a mature way to see it.
What about you?
My family went through a rough patch when my parents separated. I was in college. It felt like the foundation cracked. But looking back, I realize families evolve just like people.
That's such an important truth.
It taught me that love doesn't always mean permanence. Sometimes it means respecting change.
Wow, that's deep.
It was painful, but it made our bonds more honest.
Let's fast forward. We both have chosen families now. Friends, partners, communities. How do you define family in your adult life?
Family, to me, is anyone who shows up consistently, compassionately, without conditions.
That's beautiful.
It's friends who text you just to check in, mentors who guide you, people who make space for your weirdness. That's family.
Same here. I think we get to build our families as adults, not replace, but expand.
Exactly. I have friends who are like siblings and mentors who feel like second parents.
And the best part, we get to pass those values on.
Yes, whether we have kids or students or mentees, we become someone's family too.
If you had to summarize what family has taught you in one sentence, what would it be?
Family taught me that love isn't about perfection, it's about presence.
That's powerful.
Thanks. What about you?
Family taught me that understanding someone is the purest form of love.
I love that. I think what's amazing about this conversation is that even though our families are different, small town versus big city, teachers versus immigrants, the feelings underneath are universal.
Absolutely. Family is where we learn how to love, how to argue, how to forgive, how to start again.
And even when family is messy, maybe especially then, it shapes us in ways we keep discovering all our lives.
To everyone listening, take a moment to reach out to someone who feels like family, blood or chosen. Say thank you. Say, I love you. Those words matter.
They really do.
Simmons, thank you for sharing your story today.
And thank you, Simmons, and to all of you, thank you for being part of our extended Mindspace family.
We'll see you next video.